So while I'm waiting on the call for the windshield guy, there's a couple things I can do in here. I still need to put the center console in, and I want to go ahead and get this back piece out so that I can start looking at the hinges, the tops of the hinges. One thing I think I might be able to do is slide the hinges over a little, loosen the bolts and adjust them that way, either over and back or something. Maybe they were, you know, in the impact, maybe it moved the mounting points a little bit. Something to look into regardless. So here's that piece. These white connectors here at the back, those are the ones that I laid underneath there. And actually I used, let me see if I can show you this here. Try to set this up and give you a view. So while I had the seats down and I was laying under there, what I did was, they have 4 sides to them. So I came in one direction with this one to compress them this way. And then when I came in on top of it with this one in the other direction to squeeze those in, it just automatically popped through. So that was good on those 2 rear ones. But as for the front ones, those you know, down here, one there and one there, you can see here the thing just popped out. On this side, that one actually came out with it, and the problem is they're behind this there's a tubular piece right here, and so they're underneath that and you can't really get to them. So I tried to just pop the 3 little attachment points up front, just kind of break them loose so I could get some pressure on it and get up under there with a hook, one of these, and try to put some pressure in there to pop that off. But those 4 plus the electrical connector here for the 3rd brake light, and then just kind of pull it forward. Now the thing I want to show you too is the back of this looks pretty good. There's no evidence of any buckling or anything like that. So here's the what would be the right side of the car, left side as we're looking at it, and I'm really looking back there in that corner back there to see if there's any evidence of any kind of buckling or anything. Not on that side, but when comparing it over here to this side, and I'm not seeing any, so that's good. Means that that's pretty good. Now what I'm also not seeing is those 2 bolts there that hold the hinges. I don't see that there was any movement there. The paint all still looks pretty solid. None of it appears to have moved. So it could just be that the hinge itself has some bending that I can't really see. So I am going to right now go ahead and take off those hinges, being careful of these tension rods that run back and forth under here. Those are what give it the spring so that it will lift the heavier trunk with the spoiler on it. So that's one thing I'm going to have to do, is either get some different tension rods on there or a different trunk lid, or I mean a spoiler for the trunk lid, so that it has that weight, because otherwise this thing's always going to fly up like a madman and try to break that back glass if I'm not careful. So that's next, these hinge points right here. There you go. Maybe you can get a better view of them from under here. So right now with the trunk closed, the tensioner is under the most pressure, so I'm going to go ahead and open it back up. In case that wasn't recording before, I learned my lesson last when I pushed the button up front here, because it came flying up again. just have a feeling this is like a garage door that you don't ever want to mess with because it can like kill you. I'm afraid what these tension rods are going to do when I try to pull them off of here. But I'll get you under here and let you take a look. So you can see there, here's the tension rod from this side all the way across to here. And then you've got these, this is really where all the tension is, right here. This one just kind of goes in, makes a loop, and comes back out. So once I get this one done, I don't think this one's really applying any spring force per se. Well, it could be. Yeah, it totally could be, because it could be tweaking like this torsionally, as is this one here. So if I could just get these off of here, then there comes the deck lid. Hello. But that's just putting more tension on it, so I don't like that. Anyway, let me see what I can do. Oh, now we got Safelite. Hello? Yeah, you got Safelite there coming for me, right? Excellent. I'm not sure what recorded last and what didn't, but bottom line, I want to take this hinge off and see how it compares to the one that's on the car. The one on the car is broken loose and the trunk is fitting pretty well, but there's just still a little bit of uncertainty here that I'm gonna look into. So these are looking pretty similar, just putting them side by side. I'm not seeing a whole lot of change in there, but maybe when I lay them down next to each other, it'll be more evident. Ow. Oh, there's one. Sprung. This is interesting. This one is flat from here to here. End to end, it's flat. This one is not. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when I press down right here, hold it flat against the ground, that side is not popping up. When I do that to this one, same thing. That one pops up about a ½ inch or so, which means it is bent. So I'm going to go ahead and take the other one off too and see if it is bent as well. Okay, this one looks good. It's not popping up, so strangely enough, looks like it only bent that other one. It's good news, because I happen to have the other one. Alright, Chan, here comes the hard part of getting it back in there. You ready? Sure. Grab your side, grab one side there. Let's see some moment of truth here. We've got a new hinge on here and trunk carpet all out of sorts. Let's see. So I do want to loosen those a little more. Pull. Huh? Loosen these up too, to be honest with you. That's why you want to loosen it. Because I want it to be able to move. where I can place it right where I want it, and then I'll get it shut, and then I can tighten them all up. Ooh, this side's looking much better. Much better. Everything's looking better. So what I'll have you do is just kind of stay like this. See how
over
I'm pulling?
To the right or to the left? I mean.
Yeah. So I'm kind of pulling back on this while I put weight on it.
Yeah.
And then maybe to the left a little if you can. Just a little bit of that, and then just kind of hold it right there with your weight where this looks good.
Okay.
On both sides, as much as you can. And you can lean your weight on it. And I'll tighten all these up. And we'll see what we got. But it shuts. At least that'll get us to the wheel alignment we gotta go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mileage of the car when it was when it was wrecked or
whatever.
what.
Down then real quick because this is just way clear.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm like, oh, there it goes. That was gonna.
It's just
It was gonna be a moment of an emotional moment whenever I got to that point, because that's kind of what you do when you're completely done.
Oh, really?
It's a nice looking molding. Gosh, that is amazing what a new windshield will make a wrecked car look like.
Well, it's starting to look complete now, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, see, it's got the clip there.
Yep. And I think it goes with the clip. Oh yeah, right in front there, perfect.
Ready?
Ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
All right, so we got her loaded up and we are headed over to Firestone to go ahead and get the wheel alignment. And after that, we'll take it down to Subaru and drop it off for the night, let them work on it tomorrow. It's unfortunate. We're supposed to get about 7 or 8 inches of snow, 7, 8, or 9 inches of snow tomorrow. And it'd be a lot of fun to be able to get out and play with the Subi in the snow again, but oh well. Don't curb. All right, just missed the curb. I'm gonna pull straight here. So just yesterday we were talking about the windshield on the Subi and how it's got the built-in heater elements in there for the windshield wipers. Now we're gonna get to actually test it out. Maybe not today because I already scraped off all the sleet that's been piling up out here, but probably tomorrow because it's already starting to pile up again and it's only gonna get worse. This is the 4th nor'easter. Happy spring. But by the way, the Subi's fixed. They got the all the relay stuff underneath there fixed. I'll tell you more about that here in a minute. All right, guys. So like I said, got the Subaru fixed. I'm probably going to do a special episode just on that because whereas the pre-2015 versions have the test connector underneath the driver dash that I've told you about, the little green connectors. Apparently this one, 15 on, they have a fuse that if the fuse is in, and I haven't figured out which one it is yet, but if the fuse is in, then it is in a pre-delivery mode. So whenever they put it on diagnostics, they figured that out, they pulled that fuse, and now it is in a sold status mode, if you will. Same kind of thing, exact same symptoms, different way of getting to it. So I plan on trying to figure out which fuse that is, seeing if I can replicate the problem and then get rid of it and then share that with y'all so that anybody that had the same problem I had doesn't have to go spend $85 at Subaru to have them do their diagnostics on it. But so that'll come next. Also, the quarter panel. So hopefully here over the next couple days I can get some work done on that. That's gonna be something for another episode. But I got to tell you what, I am loving having that thing out on the road. I'm not loving the fact that it doesn't have title or insurance. So that's going to be a challenge trying to figure that one out. But in the meantime, hope you enjoyed this episode. Please continue to check out our sponsor, SubaruPartWholesale.com. Go ahead and order your parts on there. They give you a great deal. You get OEM parts. They've done wonders for us on this build so far. As you can tell, things are looking nice. So that's it for this time. And till later, we'll see you. Take care.